Okay, welcome everyone. If we haven't met before, I am Dr. Mari Starr Carter. I'm known as the Total Wellness Doc and Mom, and I have and do struggle with winter sadness. Anybody else out there? Seasonal affect disorder. Absolutely. I see some of my Northeaster friends here on and some of you up in the central New York area as well. So I'm going to tell a little bit about my story, and we're going to talk about what seasonal affect disorder is. I apologize if I'm looking in two different directions here, but we're on two cameras right now. So I first noticed the seasonal affect disorder and how it affected me when I got out of the ages where the snow was no longer fun. Do you remember that when you were playing as a kid and you would love it? I remember I'd play outside so much till I like wet my pants. It was so much fun playing in the snow. And then I moved on to school where we still enjoyed the snow, but I started to notice, especially when I stopped driving in college, meaning I didn't want to pay for a parking pass, so I would have to walk through the snow or take the bus every day, how it just affected the colder you were. So, and I don't want to say age played a part in that, but it was hard, right? It was hard to go through central New York winters. When I'm talking about winters, friends, I'm talking about I'll give you an example. One of my second year as a chiropractor in the office I had, whole month of February, I could only see 10 patients because we had so much snow that I literally, instead of, the little snow blowers, I had to hire a backhoe to come in and dig us out. You remember that, Gretchen? That was a really, really rough 2003, 2004, maybe around there. But we can just get so much so that physically we are stuck inside. So after I had kids, after I had my first son, I really noticed how it affected my motivation, my ability to get out, to even want to go to work. And I wanted to stay inside. I didn't want to do much. I probably, if I was tracking my steps back then, I'd be lucky to get 4,000 steps in a day. It was just everything, in me wanted to just be. And we could say, oh, it's the cold weather, it's all that. But then right around that time, we learned more about seasonal affect disorder. So let me read to you what seasonal affect disorder is. Known as the winter blues, often referred to as seasonal affect disorder or SAD, it's a type of depression that typically occurs during the fall or winter months when daylight hours are shorter. The condition can lead to feeling of sadness, lack of energy, changes in sleep and eating patterns, and a general sense of lethargy. Okay. Anyone notice like when it gets colder outside, you want maybe more bread and more carbohydrates, just like that comfort food, soups, cookies, all of that. That was me at least. The reduced sunlight during these months can affect your body's internal clock and neurotransmitter levels, leading to these symptoms. Okay. So neurotransmitters have a lot to do with mood. And so this isn't just, you know, it being dark outside. This is actually affecting your brain, right? Your body. Neurotransmitters are throughout the body, particularly in the colon and stomach region. It's important to find out ways to cope, and we are going to talk about and alleviate some of these symptoms. So I'm going to give you tips, 5 tips on how to alleviate some of those symptoms. Now, Karan, when we were talking, she said, I love being outdoors. I love being in my garden. It just feeds me. Karan's lost over 50 pounds. Woohoo! Congratulations to Karan. But she just went through a really hard season. She was exposed to smoke. Her lungs are a bit of a weakness for her and ended up being in the hospital and ICU. And, it's just kind of recovering her lungs, what she's doing fabulous. But when she goes outside in that cold air, that really hurts her. So what she loves to do is be outside, but it's very hard for her to do that when it's super cold. And that's another thing is maybe you love to walk. You love to garden. I know Becky loves her gardens and all those things, but we can't do that as much, right? Even walking your puppies, right, Peggy? Like when you're out and stuff like that, it's really hard when we have a foot of snow of or all of those things. So how do we get by and doing that? Okay, well, one thing when your neurotransmitters have been affected, and I know Lori, do you still live in Central New York as well? She's joining us as well. When your neurotransmitters are affected, you really have to go after the problem, right? So that's the area that we want to affect. Well, how do we affect our neurotransmitters? Well, exercise and movement is part of that, right? So exercise and movement, if we stop moving, we're going to contribute to that cycle. So moving our bodies is really, really important. So for Quran, or someone who has limited mobility or you're snowed in, all of those things, what do you have within your home that you can get some movement? So we need to exercise. So you could start, in our office here, we have a vibration board, waver, just goes back and forth like that. They have the bigger ones that, vibrate all over, but just getting your body movement, not only is that going to help flush your lymphatic system, which is important during the cold winter months, but it's going to help to increase the happy hormones in your body, right? The happy neurotransmitters too. So movement is really important. So for Crohn, I would suggest maybe getting something like a waver vibration machine too. I think that'll help you on. And we were just looking at them the other day for clients and they were less than $200. So might be something for some of you to think about as well. So how can you get some movement in your body? I've been using a lot of YouTube videos lately, a lot of YouTube videos to that are all free. Walking with Leslie Sansone. Walking is wonderful, but I have to admit, I'm really enjoying the Leslie Sansone and some other ones that I use because you're moving your whole body, right? You're moving your arms, you're moving in different planes, a lot of times back and forth, all of that too. And for those of you who have knee issues, you don't have a lot of mobility, if you search, and if you're part of any of our programs, we have a whole PDF where you have seated exercise programs, aerobic exercise programs. When you get this heart pumping, it's hard. I started Fit ON on its app, so that's what Karan just posted in there. But when you get your heart pumping, that's going to shift you to when you're affected by the winter blues and the seasonal affect disorder. Okay, so we have to find ways to exercise. Sometimes you can get into a nice pool. You can find that gym that's worth it paying for in the winter months that has the sauna. We're going to go into heat therapy in a second here. Any questions on that? Okay, questions, comments? Okay. So exercise and movement is number one way to fight that, right? If you can get time outdoors, it is important, even when it's cold or, you don't have a lot of mobility. Sometimes even just sitting outside in that brisk air, cold air. Obviously, if you have lung issues and stuff, you can't do that. But sitting outside, getting as much sunlight. We're here in Florida. They say certain times of the year we're going to talk about vitamin D too in a second. You're not going to get it, but being outside, being in nature, it has a lot of effects too on our mental health. So something to think about when you can. I know what I liked when I was in Central New York is I loved it on a sunny day inside my car, right? Michelle, when you're inside your car and it's all nice and warm and so pretty outside with the snow and stuff like that, it just would always put me in a nice mood. So when that sun is out, try to get outside. Okay, I want to talk about heat therapy. This is something that I've recommended to a lot of my clients through the years is getting they used to be called biomats, if you're familiar with them. It's not just a heated mat. Now, if you have one, like just a heated mat and stuff, that's wonderful. But particularly the ones that have the gemstones in them. This one has, I believe, amethyst gemstones in here, and I think jasper as well. But I know there is something different about these mats. I've had my cancer patients, some cancer patients being using it, and they just love, love, love because these gemstones help they put off some anions that help the body go into more of like an alpha state, a relaxation state. So the heat alone is just very comforting when you're cold, you're always feeling cold. Even here in Florida, we have a lot of people who just are affected by the cold. Having one of these mat sessions every day where maybe even you're just watching TV or you're working and you have the mat, it feels great on the muscles that are really tight. But I highly recommend the ones with the gemstones too. And you can get these now even on Amazon. I forget. Oh, what's the name here? I think it's BioHealth or Healthy Line is what these two are called, Healthy Line. And they were like half the price of those biomats as well. The thing that I invested in last year too is uh, a portable sauna. It sounds weird. I did it with the red light therapy as well. We're going to talk about red light in a second. It's just one of the ones that's like a little tent. It sits in one of our guest rooms and you can put a chair or you can put this thing that you sit in. And I love that. I do that a couple times a week. Sweating has its own benefits and stuff like that, but just we're getting really warm. So yesterday we had a very full day. We had company. And then last night I was just like feeling irritable and I wanted to go to sleep. But you know, when you feel irritable and yeah, it's not a good time. And I could feel like the weather had been affecting me. So I went in that sauna, just maybe 10 minutes, cranked up the heat, got my core temperature hot right before bed. And that is amazing for sleep. It's really, really good to get a really good night's sleep. So there's a lot of benefits of heat therapy affecting your seasonal affect disorder. So think about that. This will be a good investment. Um, Okay, so we talked about exercise, time outdoors, heat therapy. Talk about maintaining a healthy diet. Oh, any questions on that? Okay. Before I go into diet, I want to talk about red light therapy. So red light, have you heard or seen all the latest craze? People like, oh, I get up in the morning and go into the sunlight and make sure I'm getting 10 minutes of that red sunlight. And then at night when the sun is going down, I get some of those red sunlights in my eye. You know what I'm talking about when the sun first comes up and then when it goes down. Well, this particular red light is specific to help your rhythm, your brain's sleeping, circadian. I'm not going to say it right at the moment, but it helps your brain's rhythms for sleeping and cycles. So part of what they feel seasonal affect disorder is when we have these shorter days and our body's like, wait, what do I do? Or, oh, I'm supposed to hibernate or, all of those things, but getting that light. So I invested this year. It was kind of every year I invest in one device, I guess, for myself and my own health was a red light. And it has a lot of different benefits, but one of the benefits is in the morning because I get up at 5:30. I get up 5:30, 6 o'clock some mornings, and the light's not going to come up till at least 7:30. So using that in the morning to tell my body, hey, it's awake time. And then at night, if I'm going to sleep after 9, all that, I'm telling my body, hey, it's time to go to sleep, especially if I can't get outside and get some walks in and stuff like that. So red light was really good. And if you're going to ask me what my favorite right now is I really do like the Lumebox, Lumebox, and they have some different good deals going on throughout the year. I got mine during Black Friday. Got a great deal with that too. Okay, any questions on that? Okay. So I've given you some free things that you can do, and I gave you some things that you can invest in, which are all super important. Next, I want to talk about a healthy diet. A healthy diet is really incredibly good for so many different things. But if we're talking about neurotransmitters and say your body is already stressed out because you eat a lot of sugar and maybe you drink wine or you don't get enough sleep, all of those things, when you're not having a healthy diet, it's really hard for your brain and your body to work the best, right? So you are going to be more affected by all the little things. Stress is going to stress you out way more. Shorter days is going to stress you out even way more. If you get an injury or if you get sick, you're going to be sick longer. Does that make sense? When you don't have foundational good nutrition, all of those things are going to affect you even more. So, what's my comments on that? Well, where do you start, right? Uh, I am big about talking about our Rev Up Reset health program, but I like to start it in steps. And the first step that I would say for most clients is getting good nutritional, foundational nutrition. And the easiest and best way I found to do that is, of course, by drinking your water, but I'm having my Ninja Red. So Ninja Red is our antioxidant drink. It's with the goji berry, the wolfberry. This is a 2-ounce packet of it here. And the goji berry, there's so much amazing evidence. I wish I could show you. In fact, yes, I could show you some great videos and stuff about the wolfberry. If you want to see them, reach out to me and stuff too. I'll put a great video my friend Danette Goodyear put out about the wolfberry and how powerful and why it's so good. But I've been working with this nutritional drink really since 2007. And what I love about it is Whole Foods is the puree. 50% of this is the goji berry puree. Then you've got blueberries and you got essential oils and pomegranate and all that. So it's very what's called bioavailable. So it goes into the body, goes into cells. So that's why it's really good for those of us over 50 and really into our geriatric years. My 99-year-old grandmother drinks Ninja Red. They call her Vita Vitamin. Okay. Ninja Red is so amazing. If you've had an experience of what you've noticed with Ninja Red, maybe affecting your winter blues or your energy or fatigue or mental clarity, why don't you come off of mute and share with us what you love about Ninja Red? Or you can write it in the comments as well.
Hi.
Ron. Hi.
I like that it cuts your sugar cravings, especially if you're trying to watch what you eat and your health. And for me, I do it with Rev Up and I do it even when I'm not on Rev Up because it really does boost your immune system. For me, it gives me energy. It makes me, if I have one at 10 in the morning, I don't get the afternoon dry downs, where you're just so tired, you just want to take a nap. Um, the energy when you work out is phenomenal, but it really does just boost your immune system to where you can fight so many things that a lot of people today aren't fighting. I drank it the whole time I was in the hospital. I had maybe 8 ounces a day while I was there, and it helped my recovery get quicker. So it's one of my favorite everyday must-haves.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, next year we'll see you back here, right? Get some Florida sun. Very good. Gretchen says, yes, it definitely, what did she say? She says it definitely helps fatigue for sure. And it definitely helps get around those afternoon slumps. One of the things that I recommend, my friend Tanya's here today too, and she does a lot of massage. She's very busy. But what I'm telling like my nurses, my teachers, all that is to really take it at 3 o'clock or right before you go home, because I think you will notice a difference because a lot of times your body is just like exhausted or depleted, or even an hour or two before you go home so that you're not, just going home, falling asleep on the couch. And we heard that story from Brenda Murray when she was here and gave a talk. She was talking about her and Hayden, like when they would come home from work, they literally would be couch potatoes, falling asleep on the couch every day. Like they had no energy to do anything with friends, nothing. And incorporating this product really made all the world of difference to them. And so that's where we start. Now you've heard about Rev Up or you've heard this concept of reset Rev Up. So what we do with that foundational nutrition, so once you get the Ninja Red, you get your body flooded and you start to, like Karan was saying, is you stop those like cravings and all of that. And then you start getting this like foundational nutrition. We have a portion container, but we know how much proteins and how much veggies to eat. And you work towards, it's never going to be perfect, right? In the beginning, but you work towards eating a more balanced diet. And what that does, because a lot of people, most women are not eating enough food, I'll tell you that, and men. Um, but we're not getting enough of the building blocks we need to help support the neurotransmitters, to give yourself what it needs. So share quickly, Karan, your experience with Rev Up and eating this balance of food and all of that.
Some days I can't eat it all. It's not that much. When I started, it took me about 90 days to really put in 100% into it. And it's something that we maintain every day. It not only helps you lose weight, but it does help your body function better. Um, I can remember a lot of things that I wasn't remembering, that took a lot of time to really think. Thought comes quicker, memory comes quicker. Your body just feels so amazing not getting all that sugar and eating all the food that we eat. And I wasn't getting enough protein. I was doing exercise programs prior to Rev Up and ended up gaining weight and realized it was because I wasn't eating enough food, but I wasn't eating enough of the right foods either. And with this program, and I wasn't moving, I wasn't putting in 30 minutes a day or drinking 100 ounces of water. Once you combined all of those things, your body just feels amazing. I mean, I'm pushing 60 years old in 2 months and I feel like I'm 38, 40, I don't feel like I'm 60. It's kind of hard for me to say, and comprehend because my body doesn't feel that age that I see other women my age, how they are struggling. My inflammation, I used to have sciatica and sore backs and sore muscles, rotating sevens on my job. And my body was just suffering. And once I started Rev Up and really putting in the effort after the 90 days, it has really started to change within my body. My attitude changed. I wasn't so angry, quick to be offset. So it really gives your mindset change as well. So you're changing everything about yourself, inwards and outwards. And I live it every day. It's been almost 2 years. It'll be going into my third year come March. And I haven't been able to maintain weight loss, and I can maintain it by doing this program. It's wonderful. The
Ooh,
supplements that you use, I add a lot of supplements as well, but stick with it. It works.
that's awesome. High five. How much have you lost?
58 pounds, maintained at 55.
Woo! Awesome. That's awesome. Melanie says that's fascinating. That's improved your reactions. I hadn't thought of that benefit. Yeah, absolutely. More patience, more all of those things. So good. Okay. So thank you, Karan. Appreciate it. There is one more area I want to talk about for beating the winter blues, besides what we previously talked about. And that is aromatherapy. You probably see this thing next to me here. This is an essential oil diffuser. You see all my empty bottles here. But I want to talk to you particularly about certain essential oils and maybe even fruit that you might have during the winter months, which aren't very common, but They're getting there. I just saw, did you see the oranges being picked the other day? I saw it on the side of the road and stuff here in Florida. But is your citrus oils? Citrus oils have been clinically researched to be mood elevators. Okay. So citrus oils, this is Young Living Citrus Fresh. It's a combination of several different citrus blends plus spearmint. Citrus Fresh Vitality is great for taking internally in your water. It's a good one for those of you on a weight loss journey too, because of all the benefits for that as well. So when you smell an essential oil, particularly Citrus Fresh, and or lavender is really beautiful. When you smell a smell, and you just kind of really breathe it in, you might notice like it clears out your lungs, like, like because we're not taking deep enough breaths every day. If you have an essential oil near you, I encourage you to go grab it. I know Karen, who's watching too, she has peppermint essential oil. Peppermint has been found to help with mental clarity. It's very good for digestion and all those things taken internally, but peppermint is just a very uplifting, helps you concentrate, all of those. But when you use premium essential oils that are not adulterated with chemicals and things, because there's essential oils that are like in the perfume industry, and then there's premium essential oils. And the ones that I talk about are Young Living essential oils. I say stronger than most anything you will have out there, but they're very, very pure. And I just want to read you um, this. Let me pull this up here on my sheet. Okay, so many people find that creating like a cozy atmosphere for themselves help to fight the winter blues. But when just imagine coming home to your house or waking up in the morning and you're smelling the uplifting citrus smell. It's going to help motivate you. It's going to help get you out of the house. When you come home, and it's cold, maybe you've got a beautiful lavender that's helping you to not only uplift your mood, but calm your body and get you ready for sleep. Okay. So here is a few recipes that I want to give you that are really good. So this one is called Warm and Cozy Diffuser Blend. I'm going to put it in the chat here on Zoom, and then I'll say it out loud as well. So this one is called Warm and Cozy, and it is 3 drops. So you want to get these beautiful diffusers. Young Living sells them. This is called the Desert Mist Diffuser. It looks bougie, but this is actually plastic, so it's nice. So if you have kids or dogs or anything like that, this one changes colors. It's very nice. I do love all of Young Living's diffuser. They have a beautiful Aria diffuser with a glass cover that's beautiful. They have kids ones, all of those different things. Diffusers are really good. You can get them on Amazon too. They're just tend to be more cheaper. These ones are made much better. So get yourself a diffuser, or you could have what I call poor man's diffuser. You take some paper towels and put some essential oils on the bottom of it and put it into the vents of your house. You just have to refresh your vents and your paper towels with oils. So 3 drops of frankincense. Frankincense is known for its grounding properties and it promotes a feeling of peace and relaxation. 2 drops of orange. Orange is uplifting and bright. It helps burst of sunshine in your space. Okay. And then 2 drops of cinnamon bark adds a touch of spice and warmth, perfect on those cold days. So we got to try that one, Tanya. That'll be good. So that's called Warm and Cozy. 3 drops frankincense, 2 drops orange, 2 drops cinnamon bark. Okay, the next one is called Energizing Morning Mist. And I'll put this one in the chat too. This one is 5 drops of lemon and 3 drops of peppermint. 5 drops of lemon and 3 drops of peppermint. There you go. And that one, lemon refreshes and invigorates. It helps banish sluggishness. Peppermint is known for stimulating properties that awaken the mind and body. Okay, that one's a great one. All right, next, peaceful mind roller blend. So another thing you can do besides having the diffuser is you can put your essential oils. I don't have one with me, or you can take an empty essential oil bottle and put a roller on top. And what you would do is this blend. All right, you're going to top it with a carrier oil. And a carrier oil, if you don't know, is like a jojoba oil, a fractionated coconut oil. You could use olive oil. That one tends to smell a little bit. Or Young Living has a blend called V6, which is a combination of what wheat germ and vitamin E and all that. And that one's beautiful too. So you're going to use 4 drops lavender in a 10 ml bottle, 4 drops lavender, or and 3 drops bergamot. And lavender is renowned for its calming qualities. I mean, really, look up Wake Forest University. Wake Forest University studied Young Living's lavender and its effect on sleep. Look that up. It eases tension and stress. And then bergamot encourages a feeling of joy and confidence. So that is a roller blend. And I will put that in the chat there. And then I'll give you another couple of two more. This one is for bath soak. So I love a good bath. I have a very small bathtub, but you know what? I still get in there because I love Epsom salts in my bath. So Winter Wellness Bath Soak. So this blend, you're gonna use 1 cup of Epsom salts, all right, and 4 drops of eucalyptus radiata and 3 drops geranium. And I have done this one, and this one is really nice on the muscles. It feels really good. It's very refreshing to like almost like your spirit and your brain, like for mental clarity. That one's really good. That might make a nice spray bottle too as well. So let me read. So eucalyptus opens up and refreshes the senses. It's really good for the sinuses and for respiratory. Geranium balances emotions and elevates your mood. Yes, yes, geranium has a lot of great benefits for women. Make sure you research geranium. That's a great one. Okay, last recipe. This one is called a joyful journey inhaler. Tanny, can you go over there and grab in that drawer where I have my samples, like that one? See the white little thing that looks like a funny old Vicks inhaler? So like, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Can you grab one of those? Okay. So you can get these on Amazon too. And Gretchen knows we've been using these for years. They look funny, but remember the old Vicks inhalers? Anybody remember those? You can make your own essential oil inhalers. This one's called Joyful Journey Inhaler. But a lot of times I'll just put peppermint or RC oil for people who are struggling in here. That's really good. But this is 3 drops of patchouli and 4 drops of geranium. 3 drops of patchouli and 4 drops of geranium. I've never tried that one yet, but we'll try that this afternoon. And for any of you who are local, we're going to be Friday from 2:30 to 5:30. We have our Winter Wellness DIY here where we'll be making possibly these inhalers, but I know we have some skin things, but you can come and learn about essential oils and winter wellness essential oils. So patchouli is a rich, earthy aroma, helps ground and stabilize emotions. And geranium, again, is rosy, bright touch that helps keep our spirits high. Yes. So let me put that in. So those are my tips for winter wellness. I want to encourage you though to get your vitamin D levels checked. We're seeing more and more people who take vitamin D every day with really low levels of vitamin D, which are going to increase your pain, your inflammation, your insulin resistance, your depression, and your risk of cancer. Get your vitamin D levels up. And I'm talking people in Florida, friends. So those of you in Central New York, please, please, and a good vitamin D, a lot of times liquid vitamin D with K is very good. or get your body digesting it well. Maybe you need to add enzymes to your diet or, all of the things. But we can talk more about that in our nutrition. Next month, we're going to be talking, our wellness class is going to be around hormones and health and all the things that women deal with and romance and intimacy and all those lovely things that February, Valentine's Day, we'll talk about all of those things as well. Any questions before we leave you?
Hey, I apologize if I wasn't muted earlier because I went in the kitchen and did a whole bunch of stuff. So, um, what about diffusing with pets around? What do you know about that?
That's a great question, Melanie. I've gotten that a lot because it seems like people are very concerned about their pets, their cats, their
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. I've been using pure Young Living essential oils for 26 years.
Yeah.
I've used them with my cats, my kittens, and when I had small spaces, I have never had an issue with them. I mean, some of the cats will be all over you.
Yeah.
Some of the dogs will be like, stay away from me and stuff too. But I just feel that they're very, very safe. I've had a lot of essential oil aromatherapist vets confer with me, but I have a dust reference here, essential oils, animal dust reference. I mean,
Ah, that's cool. I've not seen the animal version of that.
yeah, I mean, this is, you know, a whole bunch of from lipomas to lacerations to all these things that uh birds, you're talking about dogs probably in.
No, I've got this little kitty here who's attacking me right now, but I haven't been diffusing a lot. She's pretty young, so I mean, like 6 months, I guess. So I haven't diffused a lot since we've gotten her, but I'd like to get back to it.
All right, well, let's read what this says from the experts here. Caring for cats with natural products is one of the best ways to make sure that they have a long, happy life. Because felines' unique way they metabolize synthetic products and drugs, the more green you can make your home, the healthier the cat will be. Healthy cats are a joy to witness, fun, soft, people boss stress and chaotic households, tension between cats and personality causes a diet, also cleaners, imbalances, both. Okay, so this is saying like a diet consists of primarily a dry kibble, city tap water tainted with chlorine and fluoride.
Mm-hmm.
And strong commercial household cleaners, friends, can cause imbalances both mentally and physically. Cats react in varying ways in acceptance when offered an oil. Regardless of the method used topically, ingestion, or inhalation, some cats readily lie beside the diffuser or near an open bottle of oil, where others will want to leave a room where oils have been applied or diffused. Because most felines have a well-developed sense of smell and taste, essential oils may cause even the most cooperative cat to shy away from oils when they are introduced. In extreme cases, cats may drool, try to run from the oils, or exhibit behavior such as hiding or trembling. When a cat shows an abnormally strong aversion to essential oils, however, it is usually because the oils chosen are too strong or the concentration of oils being diffused is too high. Adjusting the strength to the scent is usually enough to remedy the situation. Also, by wearing essential oils on yourself, you will become a human diffuser, and oftentimes the cats will who detest the oils or on itself will accept oils on the caretaker. Regular health checks by qualified more cats because strong show signs of disease and illness symptoms. Da, da, da. This is just about their illness.
Well, even that just there was really helpful. So that's
Good.
great. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
Okay.
that.
Tanya has a comment here.
I'm wondering if it's the essential oils that aren't the highest quality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've wondered that myself.
Yeah, because a lot of times I think when a brand new person to Young Living, they read something, and they think, well, what are they talking about, right? Is it adulterated? But let's talk about, let's, and I'm doing this not just for you, Melanie, there's others who've asked me lately, so we'll get this
Okay.
and stuff too. Safety and guidelines when using essential oils on felines. Essential oils can be used safely for cats when certain guidelines are followed. In general, essential oils must be the highest quality, unadulterated, genuine, and pure. Many essential oils market their products as organic and natural, even if certified pure. Unfortunately, many of these statements may not be true as essential oils are not regulated by federal agencies. As a result, tainted oils are often sold unbeknownst to the consumer. Young Living essential oils have seed to seal process, assumes the oils are produced and sold are the highest standards and are safe for animals, children, adults, and when used according to directions. One of the main considerations of choosing an oil for cats is the way the feline liver processes certain constituents in essential oils. Cats of all breeds have a deficient P450 cytochrome pathway, making it impossible for felines to break down certain metabolics of drugs, medications, and some essential oils. As a result, the metabolites can be cause toxicity in the body. For example, cats cannot break down salicylic acid like in aspirin. So wintergreen essential oil would be contraindicated in cats, right? So that's part of the raindrop treatment. However, with careful veterinary monitoring and consultation, certain oil blends or products containing wintergreen may be used safely for short periods of time. Wintergreen and products containing this oil have, for the most part, been omitted from this chapter, except for several cases of illness or injuries while they're being used for veterinary supervision. Okay, so here's the oils that are high in phenols, which cats have difficulty processing. Wintergreen, basil, clove, oregano, melaleuca, cornervia, so that's tea tree oil with the Q, quinquenervia, thyme, mountain savory, tea tree, Laurus nobilis, and cinnamon bark. Okay, so we have those down. To avoid potentially adverse reaction when orally administering oils containing phenols, but see this, I think this is more topical and internal use versus diffusing, but dilute 1 drop of essential oil with 1 teaspoon of Ninja Red to assist the cat's liver in properly metabolizing salicylate and phenol compounds. Administrate this 1 to 2 times daily.
Huh.
Interesting. Care should be given to create proper dilution with a good quality carrier oil. In general, cats need to have at least 75% dilution, and up to 90% is often used, depending on the oil and the condition of the cat. In severely debilitated cats, a 90% dilution is appropriate. The same ratio is applied for kittens and small cats. And I know Gretchen can share, and I'm sure Peggy can share as well, but we had a friend, Kathy Breen. She's rescued many, many, many animals who've been like run over and had injuries, and like lathered those cats up, and oils were very, very beneficial for them. So this is great. This chapter is really a good, and I think this book is hard to find, but let me put it up there. And if you can't find it, we can scan the information and get that to you as well.
I think one of the other ones was available on Amazon for Kindle, which I
Oh.
thought might be nice because I could search it easier and also I don't have to have it on the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. I was talking about a cat that I rescued that I used to give wolfberries, which is in the Ninja Red, the goji berries and stuff too. But Melanie, I want to introduce you to Peggy. Peggy Rusk is here. Peggy is an expert in dogs, I know for sure, and animals. So maybe you two can meet offline and chat too as well for that.
I have a story if you like. It's short.
Sure, sure.
Get a Kleenex just in case.
Okay.
I took my first German Shepherd lab. Um she was my shadow. She went with me to events. I did the raindrop on her, and she just stayed right underneath the table, right by my side. And I had to take her in to the vet one time because she couldn't walk. She had no mobility in her back legs. And when I visited her, it only took 4 days. I did the raindrop on her. And I have to tell you, I have to mention all the animals in with her were smaller ones. They were cats. They were little dogs. They had respiratory issues. And I went in 4 days with the raindrop, and they went home before our princess did. Princess went home too, and she was on her own. She was able to walk after the raindrop took a hold. I'm fully convinced. And she was the aromatherapy for all those animals that were on respiratory issues.
That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome, Peggy. That's awesome. Oh, this is great. Well, I hope you enjoyed our Wednesday wellness monthly training class. We got a little bit of winter wellness. And it's so interesting the pets came in because prior to this past February, I did not have a pet. I had a cat and then I had kids and no pets. And my husband was like, no. And thank you, God brought Lily into our life, who I absolutely recognize as a beautiful, uplifting mood elevator. I think it's oxytocin, particularly, that cats help to elevate in us. So this mama going through menopause, it's been just a great thing for the winter blues and for just elevating our moods as well. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you will make some choices to find more movement in your life, to get some heat therapy, hopefully going some red light as well, essential oils, hopefully think about Ninja Red, and then think about our Rev Up program. I want you to get back to the person who invited you to watch this, or myself if I invited you, and let me know what you liked best about what you heard today. What fact, what thing in that, and tell them too, are you ready to just like maybe test the water? You maybe want to try some Ninja Red or an essential oil we talked about. Maybe you're person number one. Person number two, you're like, yeah, I know I need to do a few things to combine, maybe lay down some Ninja Red, get a diffuser. We have a beautiful premium essential oil kit that comes with 12 different essential oils, including that citrus fresh, lemon oil, peppermint oil, lavender oil, some of the oils that we talked about, including the diffuser. That's $165. We have a great Ninja Red. We call it the Reset Kit. That's $129 that you can get started with. Already, maybe you're ready to make a full health commitment and shift your health. You're tired of being tired. You're sick and tired of all those things. You can start with some of our products. And then of course we have our loyalty program, which is rewards you for committing to yourself. The first 3 months, you get 10% points back, kind of like Kohl's Cash, if you're familiar with that in the US here. So that's going to give you back, and then it goes up to 20%. And then I believe after 2 years, and I might have this wrong, ladies, correct me, you get 25% of your purchases that you purchase on our loyalty program. And what I love about that program is you can change your date, you can change the products, but it's about you investing in you and Young Living, our company, rewarding you for doing that. So, all right, friends, thank you so much for our Wellness Wednesday. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.